Welcome dear students. Today's topic is prepositions. It's one of the important grammar items. Kindly give your rapt attention, otherwise it will be very difficult to comprehend this particular item. I want to emphasize the point that if you are able to learn prepositions, I'm sure you may not want to learn the same again in your life at all if you give your rapt attention in this session. Okay, let's look at prepositions, and I'll also give you my views on how these are to be, these important words, prepositions are to be looked at from the examination point of view. That happens later in the session. Okay, kindly look at this item. Look at this word. First and foremost, look at this word. Prepositions. Look at, you might have come across with this word, pre-university. Pre-university. We call Padvi Purva. In the same manner, we have the word here, pre. Pre means before. Here too, it is pre-university. Before you go to be a university student, undergraduate student otherwise, what you learn is called pre-university. In the same manner, these words, prepositions, for example, we might take these prepositions, these words for granted. At, in, on, all these familiar words, we see them often. Look at these words, okay, and the definition lies here in the word itself. Look at the word prepositions. Prepositioned words, these are position, otherwise position words. Okay, these are prepositioned words. We position these words pre. Okay, why are these words prepositioned? Because they have their own functions to make. What are the functions? What we call, relationships. Relationships. When these are prepositioned, these words are prepositioned words. Prepositions are prepositioned words. When these words are prepositioned, what happens is they establish a relationship. These relationships or relations are called, okay, not our brothers, sisters, not these relations or relationships. Okay, these the relationships which come here are different. Look at these relations that they establish. These words establish. One of them is place. The second is time, what we call, and the third meaning or relationship otherwise, what we call movement or space. So whenever these words are prepositioned, what do? They establish relationships. What establishes relationships? These words, prepositioned words. This concept, prepositioned, is very important. These words are prepositioned to what? A particular group of words. It's very important. This concept is very important. These words are to be prepositioned to some important words in sentences. Why are these words prepositioned? These words are prepositioned to establish said relations or relationships. What are the relationships that we have written here on the board? Place, time, movement, these relationships. That's why whenever there is a a preposition, what does it do? It establishes a relationship. One of the meanings, one of the important concepts, it establishes a relationship. Does it do only the thing, or does it do something else? It does establish a relationship. There is another thing that it does. Let's look at the thing now. What else does it do? What else does it do? Okay, look at this example. No meaning at present. I am good at reading. Okay, look at this word and what has come after it and what has come after the preposition. These things are to be understood properly to understand prepositions. Okay, I have told you what prepositions are. Prepositioned words to a group of important words in the English language. Whenever there is a preposition, there is a particular word after it, and the word is to be understood to understand prepositions well. That's what we have been doing. Okay, when I have written these examples, I want to give you the experience that there comes a particular word all the time. It doesn't matter where you use a preposition, it doesn't matter. What comes after it is most important. That's why. Okay, look at this example. I am good at reading. Kindly identify these two passive speeches which have come, before prepositions and after prepositions. Okay, look at this particular preposition at. What is before it is what we call adj. Adj means adjective. What has come after it, this is equal to a noun. So look at this formula that can be established. It is, in the first example, it is adj, adjective, plus preposition plus n. Look at the second word which is to be understood, to understand or to decipher the second function of the meaning that prepositions hand in. Okay, that prepositions give. It does not mean the only established relationships, the said relationships. It doesn't mean that. It also means something else, and that something else is to be understood to understand prepositions well. And the attempt has been the same here. When I have written or have been able to decipher this formula, the idea behind this is to understand the second thing. That is, what comes after it and what else does it do, a preposition does. That's why adj plus p plus n. This pattern is visible all the time whenever there is a preposition. If it is not, we may have to go for the second. Now, the book is on the table. Okay, this can also be the book on the table. On the table is mine. Okay, both examples. It is almost the same. Now, on has come. Where has it come? It has come between two nouns. Look at this, n. The book, it is equal to n. And here it is p. On is a preposition. And again, there is a noun. Am I right? That's why the formula that can be deciphered here is n plus p plus n. The second example, that's what we have seen. Okay, these are to be understood. That's why I've been repeating what? You can see the noun here, the book, and after it there is a preposition, and after the preposition there is again a noun. Have you been able to follow? Let's go to the next example, the last example. Okay, to understand prepositions well, we have been making an attempt. Are you there, my students? Okay, now the last example. I think of it. Okay, look at this. This is what we call we, main verb. We, and after we, there has come a preposition. Okay, preposition. I'm sorry, it is a preposition. And next is what? Preposition. And it is not a noun, but it is a. When it is a pronoun, it is equal to a noun. A noun. I mean, pronoun is a word used instead of a noun. That's why the pattern is V plus P plus N. V plus P plus N. I'll write it for you here. V plus P plus N. Now, have been able to understand the meaning of, the meaning of the word relation or relationship here when you have seen these, prepositions in these sentences? Have they established these said relationships, or have they done something else? Okay, this is what is at stake. Okay, this is what is to be pondered over. Okay, I tell you, take it from me. I tell you, whenever there is a preposition, there is one of these patterns. Okay, one of these patterns means either there is adj plus p plus n, or there is n plus p plus n, or there is v plus p plus n. Okay, let's focus on the second word now. What is the second word? What is the second word which has come after a preposition regularly? Whenever there is a preposition, there comes after it a particular word. What is that particular word? Can you tell me in the examples given? That's why I have grouped these patterns. Can you tell me? It is what? Noun. In fact, it is, the concept is nouns. The word class is nouns. The figure of speech is nouns. I told you these words are prepositioned. These words are prepositioned to what? These are prepositioned to nouns. This side is very important. Why are they to be prepositioned? They are to be prepositioned to nouns to establish relationships. What else does it do? Whenever there is a preposition, it also does the function of a conjunction, otherwise conjunction. Okay, what do you mean by that? It has to do two things. That's why a preposition does two things. One is to combine. When there are two words, okay, look at this. When there are two words, they are to be combined, right? That's why a preposition does two things. It combines and establishes. Okay, what does it combine? It combines other words in sentences with nouns. Very important. These words combine other words. You may call other words adjectives in the English language. Verbs in the English language will go at length. Okay, it is just a primary attempt, a first attempt. It is the first attempt. That's why no need to worry about. Okay, we'll go at length looking at every pattern. Okay, now whenever there is a preposition, there happens two things. One is the establishment of a relationship. A relationship is established. Moreover, two words are combined. Okay, that's why prepositions are prepositioned words to nouns in the English language. They are prepositioned to nouns to combine the nouns with other words, and those other words are either adjectives or nouns or verbs. Okay, this idea is very important, otherwise it's very difficult to understand prepositions. Okay, the has not been clear, I believe, is the meaning of relation or relationship here. We don't see the meaning place anywhere here. Is it possible to see anywhere here? I mean the meaning of place? Maybe in the second sentence. Okay, maybe in the second sentence you might come across with the meaning, but not in the first, not in the second. Okay, what meaning or what relation or relationship does it establish? But it does. It doesn't matter what. What is important is the concept. How does it go every time whenever it comes in a sentence or whenever they come in sentences in the English language? Okay, I believe the idea that these words are preposition to nouns in the English language is new. You might not have come across. But kindly focus on this idea. Okay, it's very important. Otherwise, prepositions will pose their dangers whenever you study. Okay, have you been able to follow? Okay, we'll look at the same one more time. I have told you, whenever there is a preposition, what comes after it is a noun. Whenever there is a preposition, what comes after it is a noun. Whenever there is a preposition, what comes after it is a noun. So, the pattern is regular. P plus N it is. Okay, and what comes before it is a different word. There may come an adjective. There is a chance of an adjective coming. There is a chance of a noun coming. There is a chance of a verb coming. This concept is very important. You may misunderstand it. It does not mean every verb takes. A particular verb takes. A particular verb. We'll go at length to understand what verb I have focused on. Okay? To do all those things, we have to understand these, these basic things well. Otherwise, you may not understand these patterns. Maybe in future well. Okay? I did so far one more time. I have told you, these are preposition words. These are, pre means come before. These are words which come before nouns, placed to nouns. Very important. That's why prepositions are for nouns. Prepositions are for nouns. So, these words are preposition to, placed before nouns to establish relationships. And what else does these words do? They also combine. That's why the meaning conjunction. It does not mean it is a conjunction. You can't define it like that. You can't say it's a conjunction. It doesn't do only the thing. Okay, it does two things. That's why it is both a conjunction and a word which establishes a said relation or relationships. What are the said relationships? Place, time, if it is not, then movement. Okay? There are a number of meanings, relationships that these words establish. You may have to understand them. Okay? We'll make the attempt later. Now, and I have also talked about patterns that usually come whenever there is a preposition. And I have told you to focus on the second word because it means it's a word placed before a noun. Look at what comes after, every time after a preposition. What comes? A noun has come. That is what is the definition. A noun has come in the second pattern. That is what is the definition. A noun has come. That is what is the definition. You take any example for granted. It doesn't matter. Any example, any sentence in the English language, you will see one of these patterns. Either it is the first pattern or the second pattern or the third pattern. Moreover, the second word, what comes after preposition, doesn't change, cannot be changed. It is the same regular pattern. A noun comes. When there comes a noun all the time, it has to do something with, the word class noun. Am I right? Otherwise, why does it come every time? There is no point. If it comes, that means to say it comes and it does a particular function. Otherwise, it doesn't come, right? So, the function is to make nouns be connected with other words. And I've told you the other words, these are also, in fact, regular, very important, this concept. Okay? The other words are adjectives. That means to say, a preposition connects an adjective with a noun in the English language. A preposition connects a noun with another noun in the English language. A preposition connects a verb. Very important. Okay? I want to reveal a secret here, a top secret in fact. Verb, what I mean is, a verb, there are different types of verbs, a number of verbs, types of verbs I mean. But here our focus is on, one particular category, very important, one particular category. We have these types of verbs, one important category, transitive and intransitive. Okay? We have these verbs. My focus is here on intransitive verbs, intransitive, not transitive, intransitive. Okay, if you can't see it here, I write it over here. Intransitive. Transitive means verbs which take the object. Transitive means verbs which take the object. Whenever you see the object, the verb is transitive. For example, he tells her. He tells her. Look at this word. This is the object of the verb tell. Okay? This is called a transitive verb. An intransitive verb is not like the transitive verb. It does not take the object. For example, he laughs. He laughs. It is L-I-U-G-H, laughs. And it does end here. Everything ends here. He eats. He eats something is a different thing. He loves. He likes. He laughs. He sees. All these examples. These verbs are intransitive. They don't take the object. Now, whenever an intransitive verb wants to take the object, very important, focus on, whenever an intransitive verb wants to take the object, what should come there? A preposition should come there. Focus on, work on, very important concept. Whenever an intransitive verb wants to take the object, otherwise, the user of the language, you maybe, if you use English, you are one of the users of this language. When you want to put the object after an intransitive verb, what should you bring in between? The words, the verb and the noun. Okay? You should bring a preposition in. You should use a preposition. So, intransitive verb, intransitive verbs in the English language usually take prepositions to combine themselves with nouns. More on it when I take this particular pattern now. Now, the idea that I want to hand in before I conclude, call it a day otherwise, these are preposition word to nouns, and they establish and combine two words in the English language. The usual patterns are ADJ plus preposition plus n, noun plus preposition plus n, verb plus preposition plus n.